What if I told you that your life is already saturated with grace? That every breath you take, every step you make, and every single heartbeat is proof that you've been graced by God. But here's the thing, grace is God's investment in you. Let that sink in. Grace isn't a reward for perfection. It isn't a paycheck for good behavior. It's a divine down payment on your potential, a sacred stamp that says, I believe in you, even when you don't. But now, the question is, what will you do with it? Because while grace is a gift, focus and discipline are your responsibility. They are your investment in yourself. We live in a world that often confuses us. A world where people clap louder for the flashy than the faithful. Where likes and followers seem to matter more than loyalty and purpose. But hear this, you are not a mistake trying to fix itself. You are a masterpiece under construction. Yes, you've made mistakes. Who hasn't? But don't place those mistakes on your head. Their weight may crush you. Don't crown your past errors as your identity. Instead, place them under your feet. Let them become your platform. Let them raise your vision. Let them become stepping stones that propel you into the life you were born to live. You know, one of the most powerful things you can ever do is to be kind to yourself. Yes, you heard me right, be kind to yourself. We talk a lot about kindness these days. Be kind to strangers. Be kind to animals. Be kind online. But what about you? Are you kind to you? Are you gentle with your own heart? Because the truth is, you've seen a lot. You've walked through pain, rejection, betrayal, disappointment. You've watched dreams die, and still had to wake up the next morning and keep going. You've smiled through silent storms and held it together when everything in you wanted to break. You've fought battles no one else could see, and sometimes, even you forgot how strong you really are. So treat yourself like someone worth loving. Treat yourself the way you would treat your younger sibling, your best friend, your child. Show yourself unbounded compassion and warmth, not because the world has finally clapped for you, but because you deserve it. You are not waiting for permission to be loved. You are meant to be loved, right? Not the kind of love that shows up only when you're productive or perfect. But the kind of love that sits with you in silence, that doesn't need you to earn anything, that calls you worthy even in your wilderness. Your peace of mind is a priority. Yes, say that out loud with me. My peace of mind is a priority. Not optional, not a bonus, not a luxury, it's foundational. Because when your mind is at peace, your spirit can soar. When your mind is at peace, you can think clearly, love fully, dream deeply, and live courageously. But too often, we trade our peace for approval, for pressure, for toxic environments, for people who only love the parts of us that perform. But hear me, you don't need to earn the right to rest. You don't need to apologize for taking care of yourself. You don't need to prove your worth by carrying more than your soul can bear. Say this with me, I am not selfish for making myself a priority. You are a priority, you're not an afterthought, you're not an accident, you're not a backup plan. You're not the friend who always gives but never receives. You're not the helper who always shows up but gets forgotten when you need help. You are not meant to put yourself last all the time. Yes, it's noble to give. Yes, it's beautiful to serve. But you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't uplift others while you're sinking in silence. You can't build others while abandoning the blueprint of your own soul. You matter. And, just like grace, your growth is a priority too. Your healing is a priority. Your dreams are a priority. Your rest is a priority. And your joy, yes, that wild, deep, untouchable joy, is a priority. Listen, life is never going to be perfect. There will be days when the sun hides, and the rain pours down. There will be seasons when you feel stuck, unseen, and misunderstood. But those days do not define you. Those dark chapters are not your entire story. And they will not have the final say. You've been graced for more. You've been built with divine intention. Even your failures carry fragments of wisdom. Even your scars whisper strength. You are growing, even when you feel like you're breaking. You are transforming, even when all you can see is pain. You are healing, even when the wound still stings. You are rising, even if it's inch by inch. And that's enough. There's a kind of joy that doesn't need circumstances to be perfect. There's a kind of peace that doesn't need all the answers. There's a kind of strength that isn't loud, but steady, faithful, enduring. And that strength lives in you. It shows up in your refusal to quit. It shows up in your choice to get out of bed when it's hard. It shows up in your honesty, in your tears, in your laughter, in your smallest victories. That strength is divine. That strength is sacred. That strength is you. So as you go forward, remember this. You are already enough. You are already loved. You are already graced. God has already invested in you. Now invest in yourself. Invest in your growth. Invest in your future. Invest in your healing, your habits, your holiness, your happiness. You don't need to wait for a permission slip to start becoming who you were always meant to be. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too lost. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where grace can find you. Right here, right now. Now pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and say this with me. I am graced. I am loved. I am growing. I am a priority. Now, I want to hear from you. What stood out for you today? Was it the reminder that God's grace is already in you? Was it the push to prioritize your peace? Was it the nudge to be kind to yourself and stop carrying your mistakes on your head? Tell me in the comments. I want to hear your story. I want to celebrate your growth. And if this message spoke to your heart, share it. Someone else may need it more than you know. Together, let's build a world where grace is recognized, peace is protected, and self-worth is practiced, every single day. Thank you for watching. You are graced. You are enough. And you are not alone.